Have you ever had someone close to you make a joke that left you feeling uncomfortable, but when you confronted them, they brushed it off like it was nothing? Or maybe you've been in a situation where subtle mistakes seem to happen right when you needed things to go perfectly, and you couldn't quite figure out why. If you've experienced any of these, you're going to want to stick around until the end of this video. Today, we're uncovering the hidden signs of subtle hostility that often fly under the radar, controlling behavior disguised as concern, silent competition, and those jokes that aren't so funny. Understanding these behaviors can help you protect your peace and navigate relationships with clarity, especially as we age and find ourselves needing support, not sabotage. You'll want to know the key signs, so make sure you watch until the end to learn how to spot them and take back control of your emotional well-being. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now, let us get started. The first sign is contempt disguised as irony. This subtle form of aggression can be difficult to recognize because it often hides behind the veil of humor or lightheartedness. People who harbor hostility but are not overtly confrontational may resort to sarcastic jokes, sharp barbs, or biting irony as a way to express their negative feelings. They tend to poke fun at things that are deeply personal or sensitive to you, knowing full well that their words will strike a nerve. However, when you confront them about the discomfort their comments cause, they quickly dismiss it with phrases like, "Oh, I was just joking," or "Don't be so touchy," or even, "You just don't know how to take a joke." This response only adds to the confusion, as they maintain the image of someone who is merely engaging in playful banter, free from any malicious intent. The reason this type of behavior is so challenging to deal with is that it creates a sense of discomfort without ever directly confronting you. It forces you to question whether you're overreacting or if there is an underlying truth to what they're saying. The person continues to hide behind the mask of humor, making it difficult to pinpoint their true feelings. However, the repeated nature of these ironic comments, particularly when focused on sensitive topics, should raise a red flag. If the jokes consistently leave you feeling belittled, humiliated, or undermined, and they target the same areas of vulnerability, it's no longer just humor, it's a subtle form of hostility. This behavior can also be interpreted through the lens of psychological theory. Jung proposed that our shadow, the parts of ourselves we reject or fail to acknowledge, tends to get projected onto others, often in subtle, involuntary ways. When someone continuously uses irony or sarcasm to target particular aspects of your personality, it may reveal a deeper internal conflict within them. Essentially, their repeated mockery is less about you and more about their inability to accept or confront certain aspects of themselves. These individuals may be struggling with their own self-esteem, insecurities, or unresolved issues, and instead of addressing these internal struggles, they deflect by projecting their shadow onto others, hoping to mask or neutralize their discomfort. In short, contempt disguised as irony is a dangerous sign of hidden hostility because it strikes when least expected, camouflaging itself as harmless humor while secretly eating away at your self-worth. It's essential to recognize when these jokes are not just innocent fun but rather a subtle form of emotional manipulation or even bullying aimed at demeaning you under the guise of humor. The second sign is about hidden sabotage, a subtle but powerful force that can derail your progress without you even realizing it. This kind of sabotage occurs when someone close to you, someone who should be supportive, feels threatened by your success or growth. It's important to recognize that sabotage doesn't always look like an overt attack. Sometimes, it's much more covert, hiding behind seemingly innocent actions or words. A person who feels threatened by your achievements may resort to subtle tactics to undermine you. These tactics can include offering misleading advice, miscommunicating important details, or even creating small, seemingly harmless mistakes. When these mistakes accumulate, they can have a profound impact on your ability to reach your goals, especially when they happen at critical moments. For example, a friend or family member might forget to tell you important information, fail to pass on key details, or even create complications that make your path more difficult than it needs to be. At first glance, this behavior might seem like simple forgetfulness or accidental oversights. But when these incidents happen consistently, particularly during crucial times, you might start to question whether they are truly random. It's worth taking a step back to assess the pattern of these occurrences and whether there could be an underlying motive at play. Jung suggests that when a person lacks the courage to confront their failures, They may unconsciously project their frustrations onto others. This projection can manifest as an unconscious desire to hold others back, especially if they see someone else achieving what they have not. This behavior often stems from deep feelings of inferiority and the need to make themselves feel better by diminishing others' progress. By sabotaging your success, they are attempting to shield themselves from the painful realization that they have not lived up to their potential. The key to recognizing hidden sabotage is to observe the consistency of these behaviors. If you notice patterns that arise during important moments, it may be time to ask yourself whether these actions are truly coincidental or if there's something more intentional happening beneath the surface. Acknowledging this kind of sabotage, whether intentional or not, can help you protect yourself and your goals and ultimately empower you to keep moving forward despite the obstacles that may arise. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Sign number 3 has to do with silent competition, a behavior that can be subtle but deeply revealing. Some people struggle to accept that you are successful at something, and instead of celebrating your achievements, they feel compelled to outdo you. It's as if every victory you win is an invitation for them to turn the spotlight away from you and redirect it onto themselves, often by downplaying your accomplishments or minimizing their significance. For example, if you share a piece of good news, such as a promotion at work or an award you received, rather than offering congratulations, they might respond with something about their own experiences or accomplishments, quickly shifting the conversation to their own life. Alternatively, when you tell them about success, they may be quick to announce their own, often one-upping yours or claiming they've achieved something similar or even better. This response is not always explicit, but the underlying message is clear. They feel the need to compete with you in a way that detracts from your moment of glory. At its core, this unspoken competition stems from deep insecurities. People who engage in this behavior often cannot tolerate seeing you shine because it forces them to confront their feelings of inadequacy. Their need to outdo you is not about genuine rivalry but about protecting their fragile self-esteem. When someone constantly tries to match or surpass your successes, it's a strong indication that they feel threatened by your achievements and are using silent competition as a way to preserve their sense of worth. Psychologists like Jung argue that this behavior can be rooted in shadow projection, a concept in which people project qualities onto others that they are unable to develop in themselves. For instance, individuals who feel inferior may resent you for having qualities, achievements, or successes they feel they lack, leading them to belittle or compete with you as a defense mechanism. This constant attempt to outshine you is often a way for them to avoid confronting their inner struggles with self-worth. If every conversation with this person feels like a competition, unexpressed resentment and unresolved feelings of inadequacy are likely simmering beneath the surface. Sign 4 is about superficial support, where individuals who secretly harbor negative feelings toward you mask their true emotions with hollow gestures of help. These people may present a facade of support, offering help or encouragement, but their actions reveal a deeper indifference. When you face challenges, they downplay the severity of the situation or offer excuses for why they cannot assist you. They may offer a weak response as if to fulfill some societal expectation, but their reluctance to truly engage becomes glaringly obvious. This behavior becomes especially noticeable during pivotal moments in your life when you require support or celebrate a victory. In times of need, they may conveniently be too busy or preoccupied, seemingly incapable of offering the assistance you truly need. Conversely, when you experience success, their reaction is often lackluster, if not absent. They may only express half-hearted congratulations, their words ringing hollow as if they're just going through the motions. This could also manifest in them downplaying your accomplishments or diverting the focus away from your success. This lack of genuine emotional investment can be hard to detect at the moment, but over time, it becomes more apparent through their ongoing indifference to the highs and lows of your life. If you find that someone close to you is consistently unavailable during significant events or that their responses to your achievements are muted or forced, it could be a sign that they do not hold truly positive feelings toward you. Jung spoke of ego dissociation, a psychological mechanism where some individuals are emotionally detached from others, leading to an inability to connect or offer true support. This emotional distance can manifest as coldness, a lack of empathy, and difficulty in celebrating others' victories or offering comfort in times of difficulty. Ultimately, their actions, though seemingly supportive on the surface, reveal a deeper detachment that impedes the development of authentic, loving relationships. Sign number 5. Control disguised as caring. Some individuals may attempt to dominate your life under the pretense of doing what's best for you. At first glance, their actions may appear to come from a place of genuine concern, offering advice, sharing their opinions, and suggesting what's best for your health, relationships, or decisions. However, when you look more closely, you'll realize their behavior is far from supportive. These people often tell you what to do, criticize your every choice, and subtly, or not so subtly, undermine your confidence, questioning your ability to make decisions on your own. The core intent behind this advice is not to help you but to make you feel dependent on them, to slowly chip away at your sense of autonomy, and to keep you under their control. This kind of behavior can be particularly insidious because it's often cloaked in what seems like care or concern. They may say things like, "I'm just looking out for you," or "I only want the best for you." But the underlying effect is the erosion of your self-confidence and self-reliance. It can be difficult to spot at first, especially because the person's actions may seem well-meaning. However, one of the most telling signs is how you feel after interacting with them. If every piece of advice, every word of help, leaves you feeling more uncertain, self-doubting, or insecure rather than empowered and confident, then you may be dealing with a manipulative person whose real goal is to control. The psychoanalyst Carl Jung argued that the desire to control others often stems from a deep-seated fear of internal chaos. Those who are unable to manage their emotional instability or inner turmoil seek to control the lives of others to avoid confronting their feelings of uncertainty. They project their need for order onto others, hoping that by micromanaging and fixing those around them, they can shield themselves from their unresolved issues. In this way, they act as if their control over others will give them a sense of mastery, stability, or relief from their inner conflicts. If you notice this pattern, it's crucial to recognize it for what it is: control disguised as care, and to reclaim your autonomy. True care doesn't undermine your ability to think and act for yourself. True support leaves you feeling empowered and secure, not more dependent or confused. The sixth sign is the spreading of criticism and gossip. Individuals who harbor negative feelings toward you are rarely upfront or direct about them. Instead, they tend to channel their dissatisfaction by speaking behind your back, spreading criticism, and distorting information about you. This approach is particularly harmful because it works in the shadows, often affecting you indirectly without you even realizing it. The effects might not become apparent until you notice subtle changes in the behavior of those around you. You might start to sense a shift in how people interact with you. Friends or colleagues who once seemed warm and friendly may start avoiding you or acting noticeably colder. However, these changes can often happen without any clear explanation, which makes the situation even more confusing. What you're likely experiencing is the fallout from someone who is intentionally spreading false or exaggerated rumors about you. This kind of gossip is a potent tool for those who seek to damage your reputation. It subtly erodes your public image, leaving you vulnerable to judgment from others who may not know the full story. Over time, these rumors can have a profound impact, causing social and professional isolation as they spread unchecked. Carl Jung, a well-known psychologist, explained that the need to discredit others often stems from an unconscious attempt to project one's insecurities and frailties onto them. People who feel inferior or dissatisfied with themselves may try to alleviate their feelings of inadequacy by casting others in a negative light. In essence, those who speak ill of you might be revealing much more about their internal struggles than about your character. The critical remarks and gossip they spread often serve as a reflection of their fears, self-doubt, or frustrations. In many cases, the more vehemently someone criticizes you, the more likely it is that they are attempting to deflect attention from their issues or shortcomings. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Sign number 7 is a lack of joy in your successes. People who truly care about you will express genuine happiness when you achieve something important. They cheer you on through the difficult moments and are also there to celebrate your victories. For them, your success is something to be appreciated and recognized as a positive and rewarding aspect of your life. Their joy for you isn't superficial. It's an authentic reflection of their desire to see you thrive. However, there are others whose reactions to your accomplishments tell a different story. These people might hold grudges, harbor unresolved resentment, or struggle with feelings of envy. While they may try to maintain a neutral or polite demeanor, their true feelings often seep through in subtle yet noticeable ways. You can spot these individuals by their cold, indifferent responses. For example, when you share an achievement, they might simply mutter, "Oh, that's nice," without any warmth or enthusiasm. Alternatively, they might abruptly change the subject, as if they are trying to avoid discussing your success. In some cases, they may even downplay your achievements, making comments like, "Well, it's not that big of a deal," or "I did something like that a while ago." These reactions are a sign that, instead of being happy for you, they are perhaps uncomfortable or resentful about your success. Jung explained that the inability to feel joy for others' accomplishments often stems from an unresolved internal conflict. When someone cannot rejoice in your success, it can be because your achievements bring into sharper focus their feelings of inadequacy or failure. Seeing you accomplish what you want may highlight areas where they feel they have fallen short. This inner turmoil makes it hard for them to genuinely appreciate your victories, and instead, they attempt to minimize your success to soothe their insecurities. The words they choose, such as "you should have done better" or "it's not that impressive," are not just casual opinions. They carry an underlying tone of impatience or dissatisfaction with themselves. These remarks often indicate that their frustration goes beyond just a simple lack of interest in your life. Rather, it reveals a deep-seated discomfort with their struggles or unmet desires. In many cases, this lack of enthusiasm for your success is not a reflection of how they view you, but how they feel about themselves in comparison. If you begin to notice these signs in someone around you, if they struggle to celebrate your victories and instead show signs of frustration, detachment, or even passive-aggressive behavior, it's likely that, deep down, they are dealing with their own unresolved emotions. Their inability to share in your joy is not an indictment of your worth or accomplishments, but rather a reflection of their internal battles. Understanding this can help you navigate such relationships more thoughtfully, allowing you to recognize that their reactions are often more about them than about you. Sign number 8 has to do directly with nonverbal language and hidden details. That often goes unnoticed but reveals much about a person's true feelings. Hidden resentment or hostility can manifest in the most subtle ways, often bypassing conscious awareness and being expressed not through words but through involuntary attitudes and signals that the body gives off. A fleeting glance at the wrong moment, a forced smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes, a sudden change in expression, or even a tense silence. These are all cues that can speak volumes without a single word being uttered. Many people try to mask or suppress their emotions, but the body, in its natural state, can never lie. The unconscious mind is far more honest than the conscious one. Even if someone goes to great lengths to hide their true feelings, these subtle body language signals can betray them. For example, if someone pretends to be happy for you but secretly feels hostile or jealous, you might notice their hands tense up when you share a success or a slight but noticeable shift in their tone when they offer you a compliment. Their eyes may avoid yours at certain critical moments, signaling discomfort or unwillingness to truly connect. These small cues are often overlooked, but they tell a deeper story than the words being spoken. Carl Jung famously argued that the body and the unconscious mind never lie, even when someone tries to disguise their emotions. The conscious mind may attempt to put on a mask or engage in self-deception, but the body's responses to real emotions cannot be hidden. This is why nonverbal language, often more telling than spoken words, becomes such an important tool in understanding the true dynamics of a relationship. If you sense an undercurrent of tension, discomfort, or coldness in a person's behavior, trust your instincts. You may have picked up on a signal that your conscious mind is struggling to rationalize or articulate. Recognizing these signals requires a high level of attention and sensitivity, but once you become attuned to the hidden language of the body, it becomes easier to see through the facade. Words can be crafted to deceive, but body language and the smallest details are the unfiltered truth, revealing emotions that words often fail to convey. Thank you so much for staying with me through this video. I truly appreciate your time and attention. So, what have you learned so far? Which of these 8 signs did you find the most eye-opening, and how do you think you can use this knowledge in your daily life? Is there a particular behavior or subtle sign you've noticed in others that you're now more aware of? I'd love to hear your thoughts, reflections, and any personal experiences you've had that relate to this topic. Please take a moment to share in the comments below one thing you'll be bringing into practice based on what you've learned today. It could be a sign you've recognized, a new insight into human behavior, or a shift in how you'll approach certain relationships. And if you found value in this video, please don't forget to leave a like, share it with anyone who might benefit from these insights, and of course, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future content. By subscribing, you'll be part of a growing community where we dive into personal growth, psychological insights, and how to live with intention and mindfulness in every stage of life. I'm looking forward to hearing from you and continuing this conversation. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.